I finally got an opportunity to get to the NBA because I'd been building a network for several years. I reached out to the Warriors strength coach like 2011, and then I finally made it to the NBA in 2018. So 7 years of me trying to connect with people. During that time, I kept on acquiring knowledge. So by the time I got to the NBA, I was prepared. And that's why I'm still in the NBA and probably be in the NBA for some time, unless I just decide to walk away for whatever type of offer or whatever, But just being resilient and being inquisitive at all times. Just because someone tells you something, or if you read something, doesn't mean it's absolute. So there's a lot of things that I've experienced that someone will say, and I'm like, look at it with a grain of salt and try to find answers. But yeah, that's kind of my story. It's my second year in the league, and I've been able to be exposed to being around people that I idolized my entire life, and just being around the highest level of intelligence and different resources and equipment. Like I'm running on treadmills that are like $40,000, and this is just stuff like that. It's pretty cool. So I'm able to grow a lot in this environment.
Andre, we're currently at 153 and rising, so I'm not for sure if like we now have everybody in or exactly what's going on, but I mean, it looks like we've got past that point where it sort of plateaued and now it's going up steadily. So I would say just to be aware of time and everybody's time and everything else, I'd say let's get started and people can jump in as they show up. So
okay, sounds good. All right, if you guys can't hear me because I'm gonna step away so my full body's in the camera, just let me know and I'll figure something out. Okay. All right, you guys can all see me and hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so what I want everybody to do is start off, I'm gonna explain fascia. So fascia, okay, so we think of muscles independently, right? Chest muscle, quad, hamstring, but we work as a system. So we're actually wrapped by a bag of tissue called fascia. So if you think of like a chicken, like if you're eating chicken wings, there's a white layer around it that you gotta bite through to get to the meat. Well, our bodies are designed the same way, and everything is connected through a wrapping. So for instance, look at my shirt, okay? So if I turn, see how creases develop in my shirt? Lines going across. You guys understand that? You guys see that? Yeah? Okay. I assume yeah. All right. So I create these lines of stress. Or if I pull here, if I pull my shirt here, see these lines that are being pulled in different directions? You understand that? So I put a lot of stress here. See how there's a lot of pulling everywhere else? Okay. That's fascia. That's what wraps your body. So if I'm training inappropriately, say okay, let's just say I hurt my shoulder. I hurt my shoulder one time. Now my range of motion is limited. Oh man, okay, I can't move it. So what happens is there's a bundle of scar tissue. See this? I created a knot. Let's just imagine that scar tissue doesn't allow me to go past here. But look at what it's doing everywhere else. A lot of pulling in different directions. Right at the back of my shoulder, see the pulling? Okay. That's how you identify asymmetries. And if you have things like that, it's going to change movement everywhere. Okay. So the first thing I want you guys to do, I'm going to explain something called an anterior oblique system. It's fascia. Okay. So what you want to do, I'm going to screw my camera back a little bit. Okay. Everybody wants to get into a lunge position. Okay. Just like this. Okay. What you want to do is think of the amount of stretch you feel in your hip flexor area just from being in a lunge position, okay? And imagine that number being out of 10, right? Maybe 5, maybe 6 out of 10, maybe 7. You're going to notice I'm going to make this area feel more of a stretch, and I'm not going to move this at all, okay? So what I want you to do is stay upright, okay? I want you to squeeze your glute of the leg that's back. So if my left leg is back in this instance, I squeeze my left glute hard as I can, and I squeeze my abs as hard as I can at the same time, creating compressive force, okay? Squeeze it. The stretch may have gone up 1 or 2, maybe from a 5 to a 6 out of 10, okay? Now, see how it got harder? I didn't move the hip flexor. Now what you want to do is reach overhead. You want to reach overhead like as if you're hanging from a pull-up bar, reach as high as you can, extend everything. Now, as you're reaching, squeeze your abs and your glutes as hard as you can, okay? You guys notice that the stretch increased. And if I go like this to the side, to where I'm going to stretch along this lateral line, the stretch will increase even more if I'm squeezing my glutes, my abs, and reaching overhead. And you guys notice I didn't change anything in your body and in your hip flexor. It's the same length, but you feel more of a stretch because there's tissue that's connected. Same thing if I put my arms out, right? If I put my arms out, it's like this. You're connected from fingertips to fingertips. If I put my arms out as far as I can and I extend and pull away like I'm pushing out and pulling away, you're going to feel a stretch going from one hand to the other hand, okay? You're connected there through fascia, right? Especially if I turn in and turn out the other way. I feel a great stretch. It's called superficial front and back lines, right? So I just wanted to explain that so you have an understanding. Oh, okay, that's how we're connected. So I need to train accordingly, okay? So I don't want to spend too much time teaching. I do want to cover some important parts, but I'm going to start getting you guys moving together, okay? So I can't see everybody. I can only see a couple people actually. But I want you guys to go through what I'm doing, and I'm assuming you're doing it to your best of your ability. I'll explain it to the best I can, okay? So first thing we'll do is a mobility circuit that we take our same players through. I'm not going to cover every single exercise, but I'll cover a few that's going to help you open tissue up, right, for preparation for sport. Okay. So this is opening the anterior oblique system, the fascial system. So what you'll do, watch me do it, and then you guys can all go through it together. You get into a high knee, create stability. You want your line, the high knee to be not outwards, not inwards, straight up and down. Okay, the toe is pulled up as well. That turns the hip flexor on. I pull up, and then I reverse into a lunge. At the same time, I keep my abs tight and glute squeeze and reach overhead, just like that. So then it becomes dynamic. Once you get used to it, go fast. So it's like this. Boom, reach overhead. Boom, reach overhead. Makes sense? So we'll do 4 weights. Let's all get on our left leg first. Drive your right leg to the sky. Ready? Follow me. Up, control, create stability. Reverse, reach overhead. Create stability. Reverse, reach overhead. Stability. Reach overhead. Last one. Stability. Reach overhead. Okay? You'll feel there's a lot of tug in this front line. Okay? Same thing other side. As you get comfortable and you have stability, you can go faster. You can't go fast without stability. Okay? So reach up, reach overhead. Reach up, reach overhead. Reach up, reach overhead. One more. Reach overhead. Okay, good. The next one, you'll feel the front line open up. Now we're going to do our back line, okay? Create stability. So you lengthen, then strengthen. Everything works together. So I'm on one leg. I go down like I'm sliding down my leg. So slide down, okay? You come up to overhead reach. This is going to put you in a position of instability. You pull it in as high as you can. You hold it. Then you return down, slide, drive up fast. Stability. You guys understand that? Okay, I hope so. All right, so we'll do our right leg first. We're gonna slide down the right leg. Ready? We'll do 4 reps. So slide down, how about your foot? Drive up, stability. Into the next rep. Slide down, slide up, that's 2. Slide down, slide up, that's 3. Last one. Slide down, slide, that's 4. Good. And the more you practice it, the more you're creating these things called neural patterns, communication from the brain to the muscles. If your body's familiar with the movement, your risk of injury goes down. I need to control all these ranges of motion. If I don't, risk of injury goes up. Okay, so back to the left leg. 4 reps. Slide down, reach overhead. Slide down, reach overhead. And if you go slow, it's a little bit easier, right? Slow, slow, have stability. As you get comfortable, you go fast. Boom. Make sense? 4 each leg. Okay. So we worked the front line and the back line already. The front side of the body, back side. Now this tissue is open. I can start moving in multiple directions. The next thing you do is a lateral lunge knee drive. So you grab the knee, you grab the shin. I'm going to create a rotational component. So right here, hold it so you get a good stretch of the glutes. Then you dip down and you reach. See how deep I am? My chest is still upright. This quad is squeezed. My hand is inside my knee is driving out. And I pop back up. Boom, rip through, pop off. Just like you're doing a rip through with a basketball, right? Driving, pivot step, pop on, pop off. Make sense? Okay, we'll do the other leg now. Okay, we'll go through 4 on each side. I'll return to the right leg in a minute now. I've explained it. Okay, so left leg, pull the knee up, shin up. Good, pop that direction. In the middle of your foot, heel stays down, pop back off. Boom, boom, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Okay? You know, just start to get warm, start getting sweaty. That's what's supposed to happen. Okay? Other leg, pull the knee up, pop off, knee up, pop off, knee up, pop off. Last one, knee up, pop off. Okay? Next thing you're gonna do is called a deep lunge knee drive. Okay? So what you want to do is on step forward, you want the elbow to go inside the leg. So I'll go through it, and then you guys can go through it after. So what I want to do, get on one leg, I do a reverse line, and my elbow goes inside. So I dip like this. I knee drive, stability. Okay? Dip as low as you can. Drive quick, create power. I'll stand sideways so you guys can see. So here, I reverse, I back up, you squeeze, my elbow drops, pull up. Boom, boom, create power. Make sense? Okay, we'll do 3 each side. So right leg first. Ready? Reverse, drive, stability. Reverse, drive, stability. Reverse, stability. Perfect. Okay, other leg. Reverse, knee drive, stick it. Reverse, knee drive, stick it. Reverse, knee drive, stick it. Perfect. Okay. All right, so that's just an introduction to the mobility stuff that we'll do. Okay, there's so many different exercises I can do that we can go through, but I'll just cover that for now for time constraints. Okay. So now we'll start moving dynamically. Okay, so you do dynamic stretching, and then dynamic movement, and then you do nervous system stuff. We'll get to all those today, okay? So the first one, it's called a shin dribble. They call it a shin dribble because you go to shin height every single time, okay? After that, you try to break the grass. So I go through it slow, pop, 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 pop. I pull my toes up every time. Okay, it'll get very, very aggressive. So I'll start off slow. Pop, pop, very stiff with my core. I'm going back, right, shin height, pop, pop, pop. And you get faster. Okay, so I'll do 10 seconds of that. Ready, set, go. Push to the ground, very aggressive. Try to break through with the ball of your foot. 2, 1, good. Okay, everybody got that? Cool. I can't see if you guys are doing it. I just assume you are. Can't see.
Yes,
okay.
Coach. It looks good. It looks great, Coach. Thank you.
Awesome, of course. Okay. Now you're going to do butt kicks. So typically I'll see people do butt kicks like this. Get my back reserved like this. You don't want that. You want stiffness in that front line. Okay, so the body works like a band, literally like a rubber band. If I get this band right here and I pull back, it smacks harder. This is how the body works. If I go slow and I let go, there's not much pressure applied. There's not much tension. I don't get much power back. Right? What I want to do is get my body to go fast, boom, return, okay? Just like a band, like an arrow, pull back and forth. So I'll have you guys do a test real quick just to show you, okay? So we'll do 2 different jumps. One jump incorporates this thing called stretch shortening cycle, which is the band that I'm talking about, okay? So you can use it at times, you cannot use it at times. So the first one, you're gonna sit in a squat. You're gonna hold it until I say go, probably about 5 seconds. When you jump, you only go up. So just like, so as deep as I can, my arms back, and I just hold this. Hold it, hold it, hold it. When I say go, you don't dip. You don't dip. You're as far as you can. You only go up, okay? That's the first one. The second one is counter movement, so that incorporates the bands. So you'll yank down very aggressive, boom, explode hard as you can. So I'll do the first one real quick, right? I'll count to 5, then I'll go. So I dip, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only up. See that? Okay. Then you'll see I'm gonna get a lot higher on the second one because now I'm incorporating the band with the muscles. So I'll dip quick. I yank into my body, yank up. See, then I sit. Make sense? Okay. So we'll do the first one together. You sit for 5 seconds. Okay, I'll tell you when to go. Is everybody ready? Sit into a squat, arms back as high as you can, far back as you can, butt down. Okay, hold it. Go, only up. Good, okay? I think, I don't know, I can see. Okay, the second one, now you're gonna stand tall. You're gonna yank into your body hard as you can and make the fastest switch back up. Okay, right away. You're gonna notice this jumps a lot higher. Ready? Set, go. Blow it up. Good. And you guys should have noticed a big difference between the first one and the second one. So when you're moving, you always want to incorporate the band. It needs to be smooth, back and forth, okay? So what I'm saying about the butt kicks, you need to be stiff because this, I get a spring like from this stretching. Butt kick, a stretch. If I'm like this, I'm relaxed. I lose the stretch to my abs. So I'm gonna go back. So it's like power, kick to the ground. I'm trying to kick the grass away. Stand tall. Okay, so we'll do 8 seconds of that. Ready, set, go. Try to kick your butt, stand tall as you can. Good. Okay, 2 fundamental movements, pretty easy. Okay, we'll progress to right now. Next one is called the A skip. So A skip is very aggressive. So my body, if my glutes fire, my opposite muscle is designed to move at the same time. That's why we walk like this. This is gonna be over exaggeration, but this is how we move. I step on my left leg, my right arm comes forward. Boom, boom. There's constant twisting. You guys notice that? Because you connect it from here to here, to here, to here, to here, to here. That's why we rotate. So training has to have rotation in it. Boom, boom, boom. That's how it's supposed to walk. I know you guys have seen someone named Zion walk like this. Right? He walks like that. That's why people say his risk of injury is going to be high because he has to address these systems. They're not doing that, or he hasn't done in his past. So he's got movement compensations. Once he learns to walk his weight over his foot, he's a lot safer. He's walking like this. Right? Penguin. Okay? That's just an idea of why, if you've seen that on the media, people have talked about that. Why it's an issue. Oh, his risk of injury high. That's what we're talking about. Okay? So what you want to do, create a lot of power. So A skip, just like this. Okay? When my glute fires right here, this hip flexor wants to go. Okay? These work together. These work together always. Like when I'm a one-leg jumper, for instance, or any of you guys, when you jump off one leg, very important to be stiff. And if you're planning right here, this leg needs to drive as fast as you can. The faster and more aggressive you fire it, the more the glute turns on. The more the glute turns on, the higher you get. Okay. So like this. Plant, push, drop to the sky. Okay. So this exercise is it relates to that. Okay. It's called an A skip. We're gonna do it in place. So what you do is you stand on one leg, you do 2 pops. So pop, 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 pop. See, I'm punching the ground. Pop, 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 pop. It's as hard as I can. I'm breaking the ground. You guys got it? So you're popping. 2 pop punch, 2 pop punch, 2 pop punch. Okay. So I'll explain one more time. We'll do about 5 seconds. Pop, 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 just like that. Okay. So let's all do it together. Okay. We'll do 8 seconds straight. Ready? Set. Go. Punch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now rest. And you'll feel a shock. When you make contact with the ground, I get force that goes up my entire body. And the better I am at transferring it, the higher the force will go, right? If I jump and I'm not stiff in my body, I push through the ground, right? You guys notice layup lines, for instance. If I go do a layup, I'm being calm like this. I'm not getting very high, right? But when you want to dunk or you want to get high above the rim, you're going to push the hoop and you're going to pump hard as you can. That's because you created more force to the ground. The harder you hit the ground, it's like a ball. The harder you bounce a ball, the higher the ball will bounce, right? Same thing with the body. If you punch to the ground and you're quick and you're stiff, energy transfers up, boom, and you're gone, okay? If you're loose, if your core is weak, if your hips are weak, you push, energy goes different directions, it's lost. If you lose it this way, you don't have much to go upwards, so you're stuck on the ground, right? You probably have noticed that if you guys have done like, try to jump time your leg give out, something like, and you don't jump very high. You guys have all probably experienced that at some point. That's because you didn't have stiffness, energy dissipated, went different directions, okay? That's a lesson for the day. Okay, so we'll do A skip one more time. 8 seconds, punch, be stiff as you can. Okay, ready? Set, go. Very aggressive. You should be really tight after 8 seconds. Good, just like that. Cool. All right, the next one is a skip pattern, right? There's 2 pops, but it's a hamstring exercise. So I'm pulling from my hamstring as hard as I can. I want to create force through the ground, shock the back of my hamstring. Okay, so it goes like this. 2 different directions to explain it. So A skip pattern, pull, 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 pull. I'm pulling into the ground like this, pulling into the ground. So I'll do it again this way. Pull, 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 pull. Make sense? You stand tall, you yank to the ground. Okay? We'll do 8 seconds together, face forward. Ready? Set, go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay. The next one, we're working in the lateral aspect. It's called push and reach. Okay. Stiffness on the ground. So on defense, for instance, if I'm guarding someone and they drove on me this way, right? I should be able to push off a certain leg and match with them, right? So if they went this way and I pulled from this leg, create power this way. I'm not going to be able to hang with them, especially if they change direction, I'm in trouble. So I'm pulling inappropriate, right? Anytime you're playing defense, you want to push with the outside leg. Outside, 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 right? Never pull on the inside. Once you do that, you're in trouble, okay? So ultimately, I want to put defense like this. Push, push, right? One leg is your push leg. One is your reaching leg. They determine the distance. So I can be as strong as I want on this leg. Super strong, right? If I don't have hip flexibility and I can't reach that far, my defensive side will be short, right? So if I load here, I'm not going anywhere. No matter how I push it as hard as I can, because this leg couldn't reach. It needs to be able to extend. Strength, distance, okay? Strength is be able to reach far and drive at the same time. Punch, see the distance I cover? 2 slides, you can across the whole screen, okay? This exercise is called push and reach. What you do is you get very stiff, you stand tall, you drive off the glutes. Push, 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 push. Very explosive on the outside leg, okay? So we'll go, I don't know how much room you guys have. Everybody's room varies. So let's do 2 each way, okay? 2 times down and back, so just like this. You drive, drive, you drive, you drive, you drive, you drive. 2 times, make sense? Let's all do it together. Power to that leg. Ready, set, go. Just like that. Okay, and time on the ground is your enemy. The faster you can get off the ground, the more reactive you're going to be. Let's say, think of a basketball that's not inflated that much. Say if I go to bounce it, what ball bounces higher? A ball that's really inflated or a ball that's kind of inflated? Right? A ball that's not inflated enough kind of gets stuck and doesn't rebound as high. But what happens if you have a ball that's like pumped up to the max? You bounce it, it returns high. Make sense? So unless you want to be more like a bounce ball, very, very stiff. And that's limiting the time on the ground. A bouncer ball will be off the ground faster. A ball that's kind of deflated, kind of be stuck on the ground. Make sense? Okay. Cool. So the next exercise we're doing is a skater hop. Okay, so change direction. You load the 3 joints to the lower body. Very important to especially prevent ankle injuries. Is to absorb through 3 lower body joints. Those lower body joints are my ankle, my knee, and my hip. Okay. So if I don't absorb through all 3 of those equivalently, and most of the force in my glutes, my risk of injury goes up my knee, my risk of injury goes up my ankle. So when I jump sideways, I have to load. So load it. See how I'm bent through all these angles? If I leave it to slide and I was like this, I'm depending on my ankle. I'm wobbly, right? So I didn't absorb force to my knee or my hip, right? If I sit down, see how low I am? See the angles? Angle, angle, angle. That's going to allow me to create power. Plus there's a stretch through here. Plus your IT band acts like a rubber band like spring, so I can explode the other way. Loaded, loaded. Make sense? That's what you want to do. When I do a skater hop, I want to catch in that position, get out of it, get out of it, get out of it, get out of it. So just like this. So load, explode, absorb, explode. Absorb. See my weights over the foot? I balance immediately. Okay? So create power jump as far as you can and catch. Try to decelerate. Stop yourself. So just like this. Absorb. 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 Okay, let's do 4 each way. Hard as you can, fast as you can. Ready? Set. Go. Just like that. All right. So that's a lot of dynamic movement. Now we're going to get to stuff called neural training. So if I'll ask you guys a question, you guys, hopefully some of you guys can answer. Okay. If you compare, if I did this drill, right, 5 feet, and I looked at 2 athletes. I looked at a soccer player and I looked at a baseball player, and I told them to go. Which athlete between the 2 will be able to do faster 5 feet based on their sport? Soccer or baseball? Okay.
Soccer player.
Soccer's the answer. Okay. Soccer. The reason soccer is a better athlete is because they have better communication from the brain. Their brains, you think what the sport involves, right? Soccer is like, there's a ball, you react with your feet, you're trying to get the ball, you're trying to get the ball. Baseball, there's a lot of this, sitting around, waiting. You react, your hand-eye coordination is good, but your neural communication, systemically, your body is not as reactive as soccer because it's been less demanding, right? Soccer always just reacts. Baseball reacts sometimes. So if you do that for years, your body becomes faster. In terms of basketball, if you think of a point guard versus a center, right? Who's typically more athletic, the point guard or the center?
Point guard.
Point guard, exactly. Point guard. Yes, exactly. Okay, and why do you think the point guard is more athletic than the center is?
Because he moves more.
Exactly, yep. Okay, so a point guard is typically bring the ball up. He's got pressure on him. He's changing directions hard. He's going fast, right? Boom, up, fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow. Tempo, so their body's demanded. When a center typically is running down the court, they set up play up, they're in the post hanging out, right? It's not as demanding for their brains, so their brain won't change. Your body responds to everything and creates changes, okay? So if I can make you communicate better from your brain to your muscles, so my brain is called nervous system. It communicates. So if you put your hand on a stove and it's hot, you get a signal. It's called afferent. You touch it, it goes, oh shoot, that's hot. Sends to your brain immediately. Your brain says, take that thing off. So it sends to the muscle lifts, right? That's how the body works. So it's an electrical system. And the better electrical system you have, the more athletic you become. So the reason I'm explaining all this is because these drills are crucial to become athletic, and you want to do them as hard as you can. If you don't do them as hard as you can, you're going to get the demand like a center gets versus the demand like point guard gets. You always want to be more athletic. Why do you think the cornerback in football is extremely athletic versus a guard in football, right? Because the cornerback is reacting constantly to a receiver who's already very, very athletic. The receiver is already fast and makes his moves. Now the cornerback is running backwards, has to react to them, right? And they become more athletic. So cornerback might be the most athletic position in all sports, just because of that they're always responding to someone else, right? Okay. So we'll start with the nervous system, move fast as you can. I'll start basic and we'll advance. This should get you pretty tired, okay? Get you pretty tired, okay? If you go as hard as you can, and I don't need to go more than 8 seconds at a time. So the first one, very simple, fire feet. I'm sure you guys have all done it. But now you're understanding why you gotta go as fast as you can fire feet. So you sit in a squat position at all times, your base, butt down, you're not standing tall. Okay, so right here, and you pump quick as you can. Okay, alternate feet like this. Okay, for 8 seconds. Fast can. Ready, set, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Rest. Okay. Be faster. You know, you guys might notice, some of you guys from the basic exercise, that just doing that alone, you might be falling off balance. You might be feeling like your foot gets stuck on the ground. That's a sign of neural inefficiency. We have to practice that. And the things that were hard will become smooth at some point. Perfect example. If I have a basketball, right, and I'm dribbling side to side, I'm not going to have a loose ball, right? If I'm dribbling slow like this, what happens when I go, they're super fast? What typically happens? You have a loose ball, right? Like the ball will go flying, you might mess up. That's because it was so much more demanding and challenging for your brain. So if I practice doing this harder and slowing tempo up and going fast, I'm teaching my body these pathways to acquire. That's why Derrick Rose and other guards like that, like Kyrie, can dribble so fast and they don't lose the ball because they train their body to do it. Okay? All right, the next one, they're called wideouts, okay? So you sit right here in the base position, you go wide, you return. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. Fast as you can, okay? Go wide, return to the base position, 8 seconds. Ready, set, go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just like that. Perfect. Okay. All right, we'll do one more of the wideouts, okay? Fast as you can, very active. Ready, set, go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take out your breath. The more out of breath you are, the better, because I know you went as hard as you could. If you're not tired, then you're not going hard enough. Okay. All right, the next one's called hip rotation. So our body dissociates, meaning that when one part of my body goes, the lower body does the opposite. So I walk like this. Opposite, opposite, opposite. It's taking turns. Okay. This is called 5 feet. This is called hip rotations. So sit down, rotate, rotate, opposite, 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 opposite. Makes sense? Try that for a few seconds on your own, like 10 seconds. Practice the feel for it. Make sure it's opposite. Okay, now we're going to try it out together, okay? So quick as you can. You want to create as much rotation as possible. Far as you can, far as you can. Create a system. Open and close that system. Okay, ready? Set, go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to do side to side. Now it's bilateral, same time. Okay. So imagine there being a stick right there. You got to cross every single time you're going to punch through the ground. So punch, 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 punch. Side to side, together. Feet hit at the same time. Go ahead, practice it for like 5 seconds. Okay, you good? All right, now we're going to try it together. 8 seconds. Quick as you can. Punch through the ground. Catch through burning. Ready? Set. Go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, now you're going to go forward and backwards. Pump, pump, pump. Pump, 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 pump. Quick as you can. Okay? 8 seconds. Ready? Set. Go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Okay, good job. You get a break. Now, what you're gonna do, you're gonna imagine a box being in front of you. We don't have boxes. I don't have access to a box right here, right? So like, let's say I'm in the corner of the box right here. This is point 1. This is point 2. Point 3. Point 4. 4 corners of the box, right? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, just by putting points for you to reach, it's gonna be more demanding. So we'll start simple, okay? What you wanna do, I'll go through it slow. You wanna cover the box counterclockwise. So right here, boom, 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 boom. Quick, 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 quick. Make sense? Okay. Go ahead and practice it. Do like 2 revolutions to the box. Pop, pop, together. Good. Together. React to different directions. Good. Only 2. Then catch your breath. I can see some people. Okay. Cool. All right, now we're gonna do it very fast, 3 times as quick as you can. Make sure you punch the ground. Make sure you cover every corner of the box. Okay? You ready? Set. Go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good job. Now you're gonna change direction, opposite way. So here's boom, 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 boom. 3 times, go for it. Okay, good. Okay, what you're gonna do now is you're gonna combine them. So you're gonna do 6 total. You're gonna go one way, 3 times, and you're gonna go other way, 3 times. Any questions? You guys understand that? I'll go through it one time each. Boom, 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 boom. See how I change direction? Okay. We do 3 same way, 3 the other way. Ready, set, go. Perfect. Everybody do it? Working on it? Good. Okay. Now, the box is going to be diagonal, so crisscross. So if I have my 4 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to cross them. So I'm going from one angle to the next, 45 degrees. So across, to the side, diagonal, across. Boom, 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 boom. Make sense? Go ahead and try it out. 2 times through. Okay, cool. Now you're gonna go 2 times through, then reverse it. So I do 2, right? Then I'm gonna go the other way. Make sense? 2 times each way. Go for it. Quick as you can, hard as you can. Short time on the ground. Looks good. I can see you guys. Nice. Good. Perfect. Okay. Let me get my timer real quick. Be right back. Okay. This is called the side hop test. Okay. We do this test. See if I have it done. We do this test as a start of our rehabilitation protocol. So if you're able to do this a certain number within 30 seconds, you pass. You know, okay, that's one step of completion to prove that you're ready to go back to sport. Because if you come off an injury and you're not trained and you're not in game shape, your risk of injury goes up. Like KD, right, last year. I'm not saying I know the answer, but I'll tell you something that makes sense, okay? So KD had torn his calf slightly, right, to a certain degree. I'm not sure the grade, right? So the calf and the Achilles go together. If the calf is not strong, the Achilles has to absorb more force. If the Achilles cannot absorb that force that is created by whatever you're doing in sport, it's going to be pulled harder and pulled harder and pulled harder. So you saw in the game, I'm sure you guys are familiar, KD was playing continuously, right? The first 12 minutes of the game, he's killing it. That's not including warm-up time and pregame shoot-around. So you got to think about those 12 minutes plus all the other things in that day. His calf was probably getting tired, right? And they thought he was in shape. He probably passed some of these easy tests. So his calf is in shape, and you keep on doing this, and now it's getting tired. And if the calf is getting tired, and you're still doing the hard things, what's going to be loaded more if the Achilles connects to the calves, right? The Achilles. So if you keep doing that, when you're exhausted, the Achilles becomes more vulnerable. He already has a history of Achilles tenderness, right? So there might be little micro tears in it. Who knows, right? This is all assumption based on how the body works. But because he was undertrained in that area, his calf didn't do what it was supposed to, and now the Achilles tears, right? So this test that we're going to do is a great test to determine, it determines a few things. It determines how well your brain connects with your body because you get a number, and it also determines the conditioning of your lower body, right? Especially your calf and Achilles complex. So I don't have a marker, and neither do you guys, but you want to be about 1 foot apart. So what I suggest is to step back. Be shoulder apart, okay? Imagine the 2 lines you create. So here and here. Let's just say that's 12 inches. Now you're going to step outside of the line, okay? 1 line, 2 line. Hope you guys all understand that. To keep it simple today, we're going to do 2 legs. The test to return to play, we do 1 leg. If this is your first time doing it, it's going to be hard enough as it is, okay? What I want to do is I have a timer for 30 seconds, okay? I'll start and I'll end it, okay? I'll do about 10 seconds so you guys see. So I'm going to go. I pop outside of it. Outside, 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 outside. Quick as I can. I'm crossing every single time. And you're going to count your number of reps you're doing. So for instance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 30 seconds. Okay. The best athletes that I've been able to work with, I'm not going to say names or anything like that, are able to get 90 on 1 leg. They're like this. So fast and so athletic. Okay. That's a long-term goal for you to set. Return to play. I'm not going to say the number, but it's high. It's near there. Okay. So what I want you guys to do, get into position, make sure you're shoulder apart and step outside of it. We'll go both legs, okay? Pop, 30 seconds. You guys ready? Set, go. Good. Keep going. I'll watch you guys keep crossing. Keep popping, good. Looks good. I can see you guys. Keep going. Good. Halfway, keep working. Good, 10 more seconds. Good, looks great. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, rest. Nice. Okay, who was able, I mean, I can't see everybody, but if you were able to get above 50, that's great, okay? If you're able to get 60, even better. 70, the higher you get, the more elite you are, okay? So I told you an NBA player was able to do a lot on one leg, okay? We just did 2 legs, which is easier, okay? We'll do one more set of that same thing, and then we'll do one jumping thing, and we'll finish, because it's already been some time. I'm sure you guys are getting a little tired, okay? So one more set of that same thing, okay? Try to beat your number from last score. Ready, set, go. Good, 30 seconds. Looks good, be stiff. Nice, keep popping off the ground. Good, keep working, let it burn. Good, 10 more seconds. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Cool, catch your breath. Looks great. Okay, the last exercise we'll do is split jump, okay? So it's a unilateral exercise. One leg is forward, one leg is back. It translates to split because we're hardly ever on 2 legs. We're always taking turns on one leg or the other, especially in basketball. Okay, so this is why you want to train several planes of motion, okay? Because even if I got a rebound in sport, right? So if I went up and got the rebound, I'm not going to land like this up and down. I might get hit in the air. There's going to be a rotational component. If you think of dunking alone, I don't go up to the hoop like this and dunk. Nobody does that, okay? There's always a rotational component, right? Especially with 2-leg jumper, you go like this. Load, you rotate, and you go, right? You're twisting. So why am I going to only practice going up and down when my body twists constantly? It's part of movement. So your training has to be like that. If you guys have questions about that stuff or need help, I'll show you things and teach you guys. Don't get caught up in what I was doing up and down, forward and backwards. It might work temporarily because your training age is low. But long term, you're setting yourself up for injury, okay? Just to let you know, okay? Because it really bugs me. Because if I could have saved my 11 surgeries, I might have been able to play professional somewhere, right? Maybe overseas, something like that. I felt like I was good enough, but my body didn't allow me. It took me all these years, and now my athletic career is over. So I don't want that to happen to anybody. That's why I do stuff like this for you guys, okay? All right. So split jump, you load this front leg into lunge position. The arms work in sync at the same time. So I load, absorb. So I caught into this, 8% of my weight is caught right here. You don't want 50-50. You want it here. You want these angles to be appropriate. Explode, absorb, very fast. Short on the ground, I'll stand this way. See these angles I create? If you think of the angle of my chest, my torso angle, and my shin angle, this angle that's going up, right? See how they're the same? They're parallel lines. This is the appropriate patterns. If I'm like this, are they parallel? No, intersecting lines, right? You don't want that. That's not advantageous. That's why people pull their hamstrings and stuff. I could be knees over toes. I could be knees straight up. As long as these lines are parallel. See, they're parallel. I can take off like this. Boom, no problem. I can take off like this. Boom, no problem. Don't intersect these lines. Don't do like this. But that's terrible. It hurts to do that. I'm not showing like it. Okay, so we're gonna do alternating split jumps. Make sure those lines are the same. You're gonna load, arms back, explode, yank down, yank up. Yank down, yank up, okay? All the way on the front leg, okay? We're gonna do 8, 4 each, okay? Load the right leg forward. Just like this, arms back. When I say go, you jump in the air. You're gonna switch as fast as you can, catch another leg, okay? Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, rest. Okay, we'll do one more set and we'll be done. Okay, ready? Second set, 8 reps. Get on the right leg forward, arms back, hard as you can. You get what you put into it. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like that. Cool, catch your breath. So I'll give you a few minutes to ask questions. Oh, gotcha. Okay, Khalil, I see Khalil's hand is up. Okay, I'm gonna click on Khalil. Unmute him. Khalil, what's going on?
Okay, hi. So I was gonna ask, how often should we do these like exercises and stuff?
I mean, I'm gonna continue to teach you guys a lot of different things, but you can work out every single day if you want to. We have our guys, they lift before every single game. Some lift post game. I mean, you guys probably seen on social media and stuff like that. If a guy will be like post game work and they'll post something. Well, that happens with pretty much everybody in the league. We're training every single day, but the biggest thing is training every single day can be bad if you guys are doing things incorrect. It has to be structured. There has to be a program of waves where things are hard, things are easy. And I understand all things that you're going through. Let's say if you practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, super hard. I'm not going to give you a really hard workout on Thursday. I might give you something that's a little bit less in volume. But then on Friday or Saturday, if you don't have something, I'm going to ramp it up and make it tough. So that's where things get complex. Training is very hard. You have to get a good understanding of how to do something, when to do something. So you can actually be hurting your performance if you're doing too much or if you're doing the wrong things. And that's why it's important to have a resource like someone who's been to school for a while or has good training background that knows, okay, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. But for us, we watch everything. We monitor total load of athlete. We look at how many minutes they ran. We look at how fast they ran. We look at how slow they ran. We look at how many times they jump. We look at how hard they change direction, how fast they decelerate. We know everything about the players. And we track heart rate. We know, so we can create the optimal programming for their body to be like great performers, right? And if you don't follow those same things, it can get a little like muddy, right? It's not as clear, as helpful. So that's a good question. Any other questions? I think Eddie has a question. I'm gonna meet you, Khalil. Thanks for asking. Okay, Eddie, I think you're good to go, right?
Hey, Andre, just make sure you're monitoring the chat where we're getting stuff in as well. So people are raising hands as well as the chat.
Okay.
Andre, somebody wanted to know, does it matter if you do this exercises on grass or a hard surface?
That's a great question. Depends on the movement, okay? So I would suggest everything done on a hard surface because that's going to create a greater rebound response, right? Let's say you're overweight and you're undertrained. I would suggest doing it on a softer surface at that time because now forces are going to be absorbed until you get good mechanics and lose your weight. But ultimately, you want to be on the hardest surface possible because that's really going to send a shock through your muscles and tendons. So tendons and ligaments, such as ACLs, they adapt to what you throw at it. So if I'm landing on a hard surface all the time, my ACL is going to get stronger. My tendons are going to get stronger, more resilient. So it's not always a bad thing, but that's a good question, and it comes under certain context based on the athlete you are. Okay, I see a question that says, which should I do first, basketball or weight workout? Okay, I think it depends on what type of player you are, and I don't think it matters significantly. If you're going to be doing a lot of powerful movements in basketball versus if you're doing just stationary shooting or something like that, then, if it's power movements, I would do basketball first or part of your workout first, maybe jumping and plyometrics, then basketball, then weight training, because weights are slower, right? Basketball is fast if you're doing it appropriately. But if you just need to stand up shooting and stuff like that, that might not be challenging enough for you to rearrange the schedule. Cool. That's a good question. Any other questions? I'll take one more before we cancel this meeting or end this meeting. You can write it in the message so I can see there.
Hey, Coach Mattson.
What's up?
I was wondering, how do we become get more athletic and more flexible? What stretches lead to it? Because sometimes like overlifting, doing a ton of squats can cause more injury rather than results, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good question. When I was younger, I used to think the same thing. I used to think, okay, well, I need to be flexible. But flexibility and mobility are two completely different things, and they need to be working about the same. And if they're not, then that's where problems arise. So if I'm really flexible, but I don't have mobility, which is a nervous system communication, even if I go to that range of motion, which is dangerous in a game, I'm probably still going to get hurt because I don't have the strength and communication there. Everything goes back to communication from the brain. So it's not that an exercise is bad, it's how you do it. So if I squat constantly to a short range of motion, if I'm on the bench pressing to here, my muscles are going to adapt and tighten, and I might be having slouch shoulders. If I have a slouch shoulder, I might be creating a compensation pattern in my shoulder, might cause injury. So that's the question that's very, very complex. But there's no exercise that I can think of off the top of my head is detrimental for performance. It is all helpful, but you need to do it the right way, right? And there's certain exercises that are way better than others. So that's a good question.
Thank you.
Of course, yeah. And then I saw someone put, should we do weight workouts or jumping workouts on the same day? Yeah, you can have variation. See, there's different philosophies. For instance, we just did very fast stuff. This is part of some things I covered are just a warm up alone. It'll take 10 minutes. We'll condense it, be very quick, and we'll go into there's a continuum. It's called force velocity curve. I'm not gonna get sciencey, but even if the weight is light, if you move it as fast as you can, that might recruit the same amount of muscle fiber that you would recruit if you did a really heavy, slow squat. So there's times and place to move very fast. There's times to move slow based on resistance. Cool. All right, that's all. That's all for the day. If you guys, like I said, I think Coach Simon tagged my Instagram. If you guys want to reach out to me, follow me, whatever, I'll post videos more frequently. I'm trying to educate people more often.
Okay.
You guys have freedom to message me, and I'll get back to you, as at a rate that I can handle. It depends on who message me.
Well, guys, we'll go through. I mean, maybe you're aware of this, maybe you're unaware of this, but Andre actually has a performance training app that is phenomenal that I would highly recommend. And we'll go through and we'll get that information and we'll share that with everybody. He does this professionally, obviously with the NBA. He also has things that he does, like, with other players on the side. So we'll get you that information, as well as hopefully a copy of this workout so you can go back and check it over. We'll also get it written down from top to bottom so you can go through and get it. And we're just super grateful and appreciative of Coach Mattson. He's one of the best in the business, and he's a giver of his time. He's a teacher, and that means so much to us. So thank you, Andre. We appreciate you, man.
It's a blessing to be here and be able to help you guys. That's what we do it for. You want to have purpose in your life, and it's very rewarding for me. So thanks, guys.
So if you're